Okay class, so today is lecture number 19, it's week number 5. In last class we had discussed about the trigonometry, the word problems, how we interpret the questions, how we solve the questions, right? We had done the trigonometry. Now today we are going to start a new topic, that is area and arc length of a sector. Now before starting a topic, first we need to understand these terms. What is arc length, what is sector, right? So first, what is a circle? Now many of you know that the circle is this shape, right? That is a circle. Fair enough, right? Now in that circle, if I pick one piece like this one, right? If I pick a single piece like this, now this shape is called a sector. Or if you see, there is an example of sector, that is pizza. Basically the slice of pizza is a shape of a sector, right? This slice is basically a sector. So first you know that what is a sector. So sector is a slice of a pizza. Why I am giving you this example? Because after this example you have a clear idea how does a sector look like, because we have seen pizza many times in our lives, right? So that is a sector. Now in a sector we have some terminologies, right? In a sector, this length is radius, this length is radius, that is the angle theta, and this length is called the arc length, right? This is the arc length. Moving forward, now basically there are two types of sector. Two types of sector. First one, it's major sector, and second one is minor sector. As you can see, their name identifies their property, that major sector is a larger one, right? And minor sector is a smaller one. So what quantity or what property differentiate between these two, major and minor? So that property is basically angle. Angle decides the sector is major or minor. If the angle is less than 180 degree, then it means that it is a minor sector, and if the angle is greater than 180 degree, then it's a major sector. Now in this given example, can you identify that which sector is minor and which sector is major? So first talk about the angle. This angle, what do you think? It is greater than 180 or less than 180? Of course it's lesser than 180, so that means this yellow part is a minor sector, right? And this part, the leftover piece, is major sector, right? So there are two types of sector, minor and major. The quantity that creates a difference between these two is basically the angle, and if the angle is less than 180, so we say that it's a minor sector. If the angle is greater than 180, so we say that it is a major sector, right? So far so good. Okay, I hope that you have written all this work. Now the next thing is, what are the working formulas, right? So first thing, tell me what is the area of a circle. So area of a circle, we know that it's pi r square, right? And to demonstrate you better, I'm just draw the circle, right? So that is a circle and its area is pi r square. And what is sector? We had discussed just earlier that sector is a part of a circle, right? That is sector. So that means in a sector area working formula we have this pi r square. Basically what we are saying that sector is a portion of a circle, right? Is a portion of a circle. And what portion? Just listen. Now area of a sector is pi r square because of the circle, but not whole circle. It covers the portion, that means theta divided by 360 multiplied by pi r square. Now this theta divided by 360 is basically highlighting this thing, right? This portion only, and whole area is pi r square, and that portion is theta upon 360 times pi r square. So that is the area of a sector, right? Now the arc length. Arc length of a sector is theta divided by 360 multiplied by 2 pi r. That is the working formula for area and arc length of a sector, right? Now if I ask you one thing, let's suppose that it is a sector, right? And if I say that what is the perimeter? So the simple definition of perimeter is that it is a sum of all sides. Sum of all sides. Now in this sector, how many sides can you see? So basically there are 1, 2, 3. There are 3 sides, right? If I label them 1, 2, 3. So in order to find the perimeter of a sector, I need these 3 lengths. So this length and this length, they are equal always, and they are radius. So r plus r, it's 2r plus 1 is arc length. So the perimeter of a sector is 2r plus arc length, right? Okay. So that is the theoretical part of the sector, the working formula. What is sector? What does it look like, right? And how we use, or what are the working formulas to find the area and perimeter of the sector. Now after that we are going to start the exercise from your book 2 7th edition. It's exercise 10, right? Find the diameter of the circle given the following areas. Now the shape is circle. We know that the area of a circle is pi r square, right? Area is known. In first part it's 616. You need to find the diameter. Now we know that diameter is 2 times of radius. So if we got the radius, with the help of radius we can find the diameter. So for first part the area is 616, so it will be 616 is equals to pi r square. Now you need to solve this equation and find the value of r. So it will be 196.05 is equals to r square. Then you need to apply root on both sides, so it's 14. Now for first part the radius is 14. You need to find diameter, so you need to multiply your radius by 2, So it's 28 and the unit is same, that is millimeter, right? That is your first part answer. For second part, area is 779 whole 5 upon 8 meter square. So first we need to convert this fraction. It will be 8 multiplied by 779 plus 5 divided by 8. So it's 779.625. Now the working formula for area is equals to pi r square. Now you need to divide this expression by pi. So it will be 248.13 is equals to r square, and then root on both sides. So it's 15.75 is equals to r, and diameter is equals to 2 times 15.75. So it's 31.5 and unit is meters for part B, right? Now first two part we had covered, and this part C is your homework. Okay, so same working, same strategy and same concept. You need to try this question by yourself. So moving on to the next question, that is question number 2. It says find the area of the following rings whose external and internal diameters are 15 centimeter and 13 centimeter. For first part I will explain the first part, and next part 2 is your homework. So listen carefully. Now what is a ring? Let's suppose that is the outer diameter, right? That is 15, and we have an internal diameter like this, right? So this shape is our ring, right? And this part is basically the area part because it is hollow, right? So that is how your ring looks like. So it says the outer diameter, and we know that how you find radius from the diameter. Just simply divide your diameter by 2. So if the diameter is 15 centimeter, that means radius is 15 divided by 2, that is 7.5, right? And if the diameter is 13 centimeter, that means radius is 6.5 centimeter. I am going to place the radius in my figure. So larger radius is 7.5 and a smaller radius is 6.5, right? Now how we are going to find the area of that shaded part? At first I will find that area of larger circle, right? So it will be pi r square, and the radius of the larger circle is 7.5. So it will be 7.5 square multiplied by pi, it's 176.7, right? And the unit is centimeter square. Simply I will find area of a smaller one. It's simple, pi r square, and radius is 6.5. So 6.5 square into pi, it's 132.7 centimeter square. Now look at the diagram. When you find the larger circle, that means you have find this whole thing, whole shape thing, right? And when you find the smaller circle, just the inner part. If I need to shade it, let's suppose that this whole thing is the area of the larger circle. right? This thing is area of the larger circle and it's 176.7, and then we find the area of the smaller circle 132.7. so I'm going to shade with the green marker area of the smaller one, right? That is area of the smaller one. Now we need that outer part only. So what you are going to do, you are going to subtract 176.7 minus 132.7, right? You are going to subtract these two areas, so it will be 43.9 centimeter square. That is the area of the shaded part, right? And if we round it off, so it will be 44 centimeter square. So that's how you find the area of the ring, right? Whenever we have a case of area of the ring, we have outer diameter and we have internal diameter, because we need to subtract these two areas. So that was question number part A. Part 2 is your homework. Now we are moving towards the next questions, and before going to these questions, let me tell you what we are going to discuss. We are going to discuss in our further questions area and perimeter. Of what? Area and perimeter of shaded region for both cases. Now keep in mind that area is our friend. It's very easy to find. But if we talk about perimeter, so it's our enemy, and you can say that not easy to find. Why perimeter is difficult? There is a reason. It changes for every question. Like there is no fixed working formula to find the perimeter. It depends on the question. Otherwise, area is very easy to find. Same strategy. Now, whenever you need to find shaded area, you need to find the area of the larger one minus area of the smaller shape. I am saying shape, not specifically circle, square, rectangle, because it varies in every question. But our strategy is same, that area of larger shape minus area of smaller shape gives us the shaded area. But this fixed formula is not valid for perimeter, although you should know that perimeter is sum of all sides. Now the second question comes from this point. Sir, you are saying that sum of all sides, okay, but the question arises that which sides, right? Which sides? And the answer of this question is sides of shaded boundary, or you can say sides of shaded region. Now that is the shortest and that is the most effective way to find the perimeter of every question. Perimeter is what? Sum of all sides, we know that, but which sides we need to pick? Now it varies on every question. So these two things that I mentioned here are the most important things of this whole topic. So you need to focus it, you need to note it down in your copies, right? So if you got it, it's very good. If you are still confusion, no problem. When we solve the question, then you will easily understand how you are going to implement this, right? So it must be at your side when you are attempting a question. Now moving on to the next question, it's question number 3. Now in this question you can see that we have a shaded area, right? We need to find the perimeter, the enemy one, and the area, the friend. So first thing we are going to pick our friend, that is area. So we need to find the shaded area of this shape. Now first understand what we are going to do. First thing, it is a semicircle, right? And I am sure that all of you are aware what is the difference between circle and a semicircle. Basically, semicircle is the half of circle. So first talk about the working formula. If you say that area of circle is pi r square, then area of semicircle is pi r square divided by 2. Area, I'm just writing all the working formulas so you can note it down. It's pi r square divided by 4, and this whole category is of the category of area. So all working formulas of area: circle, semicircle, quadrant, square is length square, rectangle is L into B, and sector is angle divided by 360 multiplied by pi r square. So these are the working formulas for area. Similarly, I am going to write the working formula for arc length, right? Now you need to write it down all your working formulas at one page so you can solve the question very easily. Now arc length of a circle is 2 pi r. Arc length of semicircle is pi r. Arc length of a quadrant is pi r divided by 2, and arc length of sector is angle divided by 360 multiplied by 2 pi r. So I have written all the working formulas so that I won't repeat it again and again. What you guys need to do, now listen carefully. You guys should write it down on such place in your register that you can easily take a look every time you need it. ऐसा ना हो कि आपको ढूंढना पड़े, right? So you need to avoid it. Write it in such way that you can find it easily. Now come back to our question. We need to find the area. First thing is a strategy. How we are going to find the area? How you are going to find the area? So first thing, we need to find the area of the larger semicircle, right? And you need to find the area of these two smaller semicircle, and then you need to subtract these two, right? So first try it by yourself, what I've explained you. Now I'm going to find the area of larger semicircle. Working formula is pi r square divided by 2, and the radius is not 28. 28 is the diameter, right? So radius of larger semicircle is 14. So radius is 14, so we need to solve it. So 14 square is 196 pi divided by 2, and 196 divided by 2 into pi, it's 307.9. so I take it's 308 centimeter square. So that is the area of the larger semicircle, right? Similarly, I am going to find area of smaller semicircle. Working formula is same, that is pi r square divided by 2. Now can you tell me that how many semicircles we have? We have 2 semicircles, so we need to multiply the area by 2. Now the radius, the diameter is 14, so the radius is 7, right? So it is 7. 2 and 2 cancel each other, so it's 49 pi. And when you multiply 49 with pi, it's 154, right? Now you got the area of the larger semicircle, you got the area of two smaller semicircle. We need to find the area of the shaded part. So it is 308 minus 154, so it will be 154 centimeter square, and that is the area of shaded region, right? That is the area of the shaded region. Now after that you need to find the perimeter. For perimeter, first let me paste the figure again so I can explain you better. Now perimeter, now stick with me on this. Perimeter is what? Perimeter is sum of all sides. But the next question is, what sides? Which sides? So the sides of the shaded portion. Now if I highlight the shaded portion boundaries, so there are basically 3 boundaries of the shaded portion, right? And these 3 are basically the arc lengths of semicircle. So you need to find the arc length of semicircle. So to make it easy, we are just name it. So let's say it's A1, arc length 1, A2, and A2 is same because both semicircles are same, right? So first I'm going to find the arc length 1. Now the working formula, now you have the working formula in front of you. So arc length of semicircle is pi r. Arc length is pi r, and the value of r for the larger semicircle is not 28. 28 is the diameter, it's half, that is 14 pi, right? So 14 pi is 43.98, so it's 44 centimeter, right? That is the arc length of A1. Similarly, the arc length of A2, working formula is same, that is pi r. The value of radius is 7, and you need to multiply it by 2 because there are 2 lengths for A2, 2 arrows, right? So it will be 14 pi. 14 pi is same, that is 44 centimeter. Now the perimeter. Perimeter says sum of all sides. So you need to add these two sides. So 44 plus 44 is equals to 88 centimeter. That is the perimeter of the shaded portion, right? Any idea? कुछ clear हुआ आप लोगों को? I hope that it clears a little bit. If it is, very good. If it is not, no problem. We are going to solve other questions, then it will be more clarified to you. Now the next question, the part B. The same method, you need to find the area and perimeter of shaded region. So let's start with area. So first tell me how many shapes are there. So there is a square, right? So there is a square. Once you identify that there is a square, find the area of a square. It will be length square. Length is 14, so 14 square is 196 centimeter square, right? And the other thing, we see that there are quadrants. And how many quadrants? There are 4 quadrants. So area of quadrant is equals to pi r square divided by 4. And how many quadrants we have? We have 4 quadrants. So this 4 and this 4 cancel each other, so it's pi r square. And the radius is 7, right? So radius is 7, it's 49 pi, right? And if you multiply 49 with pi, it's 154. So now you have the area of the square and you have the area of the quadrant. When you find out 196, basically you have find out this whole area, right? This whole area you have find out by area of a square. Now in this area of a square, what you need to do, you need to subtract these four areas to find the area of this portion, right? So area of shaded is equals to 196 minus 154. So the answer is 42. So 42 centimeter square is the area of the shaded portion, right? So I am going to remove this one. This is just for explanation. I hope that now you have a good idea. After that, the villain part, right? The perimeter one. Now for perimeter, we know that it's sum of all sides. But what sides? So first I am going to highlight the shaded boundaries. So there are four boundaries which catches the shaded region. Now these four boundaries hold the shaded region inside them. Now shaded portion can't leave anywhere. So you need to find these four lengths to find the perimeter. And what are these lengths? Basically these are the arc length of a shape quadrant, right? This is a quadrant. Now arc length of quadrant, I have told you regarding its formula. It's pi r divided by 2. And how many arc lengths we have? We have 4 arc lengths, so we need to multiply it by 4. Now the value of radius, it's 7. So 2 times 1, 2 times 2, 2 7, 14. So it's 14 pi, right? So 14 times 3.142, it's 44. So the perimeter is 44 centimeter, and that is the answer. So keep in mind that while working for perimeter, no need to subtract the boundaries. The subtraction part is only for the area. Now I think that today's class is quite enough for today's class, right? What you guys need to do for next class, you need to learn all these working formulas, right? Keep in mind that if you learn the working formulas, then it means that you had done 50 or 60% of the topic, right? Keep in mind all these concepts, all this topic especially is totally based on working formula. You have the working formula, you can do it. If you don't know the working formula, you can't start your working, right? So in next class, I hope that you will learn all the working formulas, especially the arc length one. And inshallah next class we are going to continue with the same question, right? So see you in next class. Take care and Allah Hafiz.